Hoist the main brace, shiver me timbers, and time to part with some pieces of 8, because this week you're in for a real treat and something completely different. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air, or should I say ha-ha on Air. Now, the Puritans are likely to be switching off at this point, but they may well be missing out on a piece of fun, because this week it's a look at the HFC Pirate Flintlock CO2. Now, HFC stands for Honour Fantastic Classic, apparently, but that's not how I would spell honour. Anyway, spelling and comprehension tests out of the way, this is a real hoot. It is a replica of an 18th century flintlock, but firing 6mm BBs powered by a standard 12-gram CO2. Oh, and the instructions are in treasure map format. Just because. Heck, even the box is velvet lined and crying out to have a wooden box made for it. Let's take a closer look, shall we? It is an amazing looking thing with all the ornate markings in metal on a wooden frame. It is lengthy at 420mm or 16.5 inches long, and it is quite a handful. The barrel is covered with almost Roman-like characters and cherubs all over it. The ornate figures and faces appear in several places all over the pistol, including the grip base, the trigger guard, and the flintlock area. The wood is actually faux wood, but it's one of those where you have to look closely to see if it is real or not. The only oddity is the red part of the barrel that is protruding from the front, something that I really can't see the need for, as the barrel itself, which is naturally smoothbore, finishes earlier than this red part. Now, the point to raise here is this is 6mm, which puts it in the airsoft category, I suppose, and whilst this is an airgun channel, it's also about having a spot of fun too. Now, I don't profess to be some form of expert on airsoft regulations around bright orange or pre-First World War and the whole UCARA thing. I'll leave that up to the guys in the know to argue over. Let's take a closer look at the mechanics of this, shall we? The CO2 is dropped in the grip as with most of these pistols. This is done by removing the nose-pierced head from the bottom of the grip simply by using a little careful force. Then, using a coin or the like, remove the screw head, then slot in your standard 12-gram CO2. Nose first. Return the screw head to the bottom, again carefully, making sure you don't cross-thread it. Retighten. This can be done with, as I'm doing here, either a coin or it is just about enough room to put a hex key in there. Once you've done that, return the head to the grip carefully and your CO2 is all loaded up. Next up is the loading of the 21 rounds of 6mm BBs. This is done by removing the ramrod from under the barrel. Press it down slightly and rotate anti-clockwise by about 10 or 15 degrees. It will then pop out and it's able to be removed. Once out, you can use your pirate speed loader in the guise of a mini powder flask. Pour in the 21 BBs. It's actually pretty good. It's probably the best speed loader I've ever used. So once you've got those in there, then return carefully, because of that spring, the ramrod into the bottom, put it in, turn it, say around 10-15 degrees, and you're now all loaded. Now you're in full pirate mode. Pull back on that hammer cocking lever, complete with leather flint fitted. Pull back, then the frizzen over the pan. It only leaves then to pull the trigger. The only thing missing is a cloud of smoke for the full effect. Now from this point you simply need to keep pulling back on that cocking hammer and frizzen until all 21 BBs have been used up. So what about power levels then? Are you going to take out any local rabbits or the like? Well, no, not really. But if you have any invading tin plates looking for your treasure map or doubloons, it may well do the trick. Looking over the chronograph though, in the interest of a full review, it saw 302 feet per second using 3.2 grain 6mm plastic BBs, which is an eye-watering 0.65 foot-pounds or 0.88 joules. Accuracy would seem to be irrelevant because the originals only really worked in fairly close quarters and they probably gassed their opponents rather than giving them lead poisoning. Never let it be said that we don't bring you something different to this show. A flintlock. What? Yeah, amazing. Pull back. You just want some gunpowder in there, then you want loads of smoke. There's no sights, so you've got no way to aim. You do it with both eyes open. There we go. "10 metres, windy day, 3 grain plastic." It's impressive. Well, I'm impressed. It's actually putting little dents in there as well. Now, that's it, I'm out. I can see why the guys down at Vector Air have had some fun with this. It's ornate, it's a really nice looking piece of kit, it's weighty, you feel like you've got something. The only thing it's missing is clouds of smoke, as I say. You're not going to get it, but that is really nice. It's a wall hanger that you can have a bit of fun as well outside, and nobody's going to get really hurt, not at those kind of powers. That's pretty good. I like that. Back to the studio. You've probably gathered by now, I like it, and it is, in my opinion, a bit of fun, or even a wall hanger. And I think it would look really good in an aged box or even a glass top box on the sideboard. The cost? Well, this is going to set you back around £240 UK. Never let it be said that this is just a boring airgun channel that doesn't look for something different from time to time. Now, I've enjoyed having a play with this, and it's likely to bring a smile to most people, and it's a heck of a conversation piece with your mates. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too. If you have, please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe, share and click the alarm bell. You can join in on these platforms and of course the Airgun Factory Facebook. There is the AAR On Air website and merchandise to take a look at, and as always a big thank you to Vector Air for hunting down this little beauty for me to review. And finally, and most importantly, a big thank you to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. Stay safe and shoot safe, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye for now.